The question is, who pays inspection fee? What is the inspection fee in the first place? Inspection fee is the money for logistics, money for movement that would have to be spent during inspection. Inspection is taking a client or a prospect to tour a property. In the course of going to inspect the property, someone must be responsible for the logistics, for the expenses. And sometimes the parties involved, like the seller, which is the house owner or the property developer, and the realtor or agent, and the client or a customer. Sometimes there is a misconception about who is actually responsible for the payment of inspection. As I said, these three parties must understand properly what their responsibilities are. The owner of a property, be it land or house, is responsible to putting the property in the right shape as written on the brief before the agent sent it out. So the property listings with all the amenities that is claimed to be on the brief should be intact, and the owner of the house should make sure that the house is put in proper shape. Or is it a land? Or the land should be put in proper shape that when the buyer comes, he or she wouldn't be disappointed, based on the fact that a video or pictures have been sent already. So the client who is coming comes with the expectation of what he or she saw on the pictures or in the video. And so it is the responsibility of the owner of the property to make sure that what is written on the brief is the exact same thing that the client will meet when he gets to location. That's the responsibility of the property owner or developer. Then a realtor is responsible in facilitating the deal, like the communication between the owner of the property and the buyer. So the realtor works in the interest of a client, trying to make sure he gets the best property suitable for client requirement. A realtor in the first place will ask the client what the budget of the client is and the scope, the size, or the type of property that the client intends to get, and will take responsibility in getting pictures and videos and send property with options to the client to make a choice from the list of properties. And when the client finally makes a choice, the realtor communicates it back to the owner of the property that this is what the client has picked, and so schedule inspections, making sure the time and the date that the two parties are aware of it, and then we go and check out the property. The client, on the other hand, is the one who requested for the property, and so he must make sure that he's willing and is able to pay for the property. Is the one who has come to invest, is the one who has come to spend money, and so he is also the one who is responsible to pay logistics, to make sure that the funding of the movement for the inspection is well funded. It is the responsibility outrightly of the client to take off. It's the responsibility of the client to pay for logistics. However, I belong to organizations that will take care of inspections. Like in our organizations, we have a vehicle that takes clients for inspection. But this is not in all of the inspections. For example, when a client, in our company, we have a schedule for days we do inspections, and we have the time for the inspections and the locations we are inspecting per each. But if a client seeks convenience based on his activities, is not able to come for inspection on the day we are inspecting and has decided to reschedule, the client should be aware that he's going to be responsible for the logistics outrightly. A company will not take care of that logistics. Having said that, if you have a company takes care of the inspection, you must understand that even though a client isn't paying inspection fee, you must also understand that the company spends money. to get the inspection going on fine. The driver will drive, is on salary, the car will be fueled, and there must be a need to service the car regularly to make sure that the car is fit for inspection, you know. And so if a client has opportunity that a particular company sponsors a trip for inspection, he should understand that it's a privilege and should not use that as a yardstick in the industry to judge every other organization or realtor or an agent he comes to meet, that it is the agent or the property owner who's supposed to sponsor inspection. Inspection fee is the responsibility of the client. And sometimes the clients don't understand how inspection fees is charged or why it is being charged. Like me, for example, when I am talking to a client, I would like to know if the client I'm talking to who wants to go for personal inspection, the inspection has nothing to do with my company, for example, or is not within the company's schedule. The client has rescheduled inspection, or it is a different type of inspection outside my company. We need to go inspect. The client should understand that he's the one who needs to invest, who needs to buy property. It's just like going to rent a house. You have to pay for logistics. You want to go lease, you have to pay for logistics, let alone purchases. So on my own, what I do is, which is very, very advisable, I would have to find out from the client who is going to pay to make investment. If he has a ride, if he has a car, the arrangement is going to be different. If he doesn't have a car, the arrangement is going to be different. If I am coming with a car, the arrangement is going to be different. So inspection fees varies. Maybe in the next video, we talk about the variations of inspection fee, the cost of inspection, the amount implications for inspections. Inspection varies depending on those factors I've just explained. But we can talk about it and see how much is tenable for a client to come up for an inspection fee, so that when a consultant, a realtor or an agent is asking you for inspection fee, you shouldn't just see it as being unscrupulous. Or you must also understand that realtors every day stumbles on people who claims to be clients but are not. And if you're not careful, you end up going out every day, wasting your money on inspections that are really unnecessary. Though for me, being quite some years in the industry, I know how to scrutinize clients. Even though the clients may be coming from other agents, I will have to scrutinize that. Key questions I need to ask you, and I should be able to talk to you, be it on a voice note or a direct call, to know if your client who is ready to inspect and also make a good decisions. If you are coming for property findings, it is good enough to do that online. You don't need to go to sites. We can help you do that. If you are doing property research, we can help you do that. If you are trying to scout properties, we can help you do that. You don't need to come out and say you want to buy a property. You don't need to go and bring religious faith to site because you have faith you're going to buy property soon, and then you come wasting the logistics of another person to go do inspections. Everyone is optimistic, so when we go out, we hope to make profit. And so when someone comes out and says he's a client, we expected that the person must have been ready. He's willing and is ready to make payment, to invest. I shouldn't just want to be wasting realtors' time. And so because realtors have seen a lot of people who comes out to waste their resources, because of that, they have also taken a stand to make sure there is a level of scrutiny before we go for inspection. I hope this video added a value to you. Thanks for watching. God bless you. I wish to see you invest.